So you want to start a business. And let's be real, it can feel like you're trying to figure it all out in the middle of a storm. You've got 1,000 ideas, you've watched a dozen YouTube videos, and you're still not totally sure what to do first. Well, take a breath. That's what we're here for. This little guide is your clear path through all that noise. We're going to get you launched, but without all the TV-worthy drama.
You know the feeling, right? You're sitting there, watching Shark Tank, and you're literally screaming at the TV because some poor soul can't answer the most basic questions about their own business. It's just painful to watch. This whole thing is designed so that never, ever has to be you.
So we're going to trade that TV drama for a clear path forward. Instead of a confused, rambling pitch, you're going to have a crystal clear offer. Instead of fumbling around for your numbers, you'll know your break-even point cold. And instead of just hoping people want what you're selling, you're going to start with an idea you've actually tested.
And here's exactly how we're going to do it. First, we'll escape that startup drama. Then, we'll get laser-focused and nail your core idea. After that, we'll build out your business blueprint, figure out how to launch and learn super fast. And finally, we'll cover the classic traps so you can steer clear of them. Think of this as your roadmap from "I'm so anxious" to "I have a plan."
Okay, let's dive into Section 1, Escaping TV Startup Drama. Now, just a quick heads up so we're all on the same page. I'm not your lawyer or your financial advisor, okay? Think of this as an educational blueprint, a structured guide to save you from all that guesswork about what to do next.
Moving right along to Section 2, Nailing Your Core Idea. This is where we take that fuzzy concept that's been bouncing around in your head and we turn it into something real, something that could actually work. This is all about getting that foundation right.
Let's start with what I like to call your secret weapon. It's this one sentence. I help a specific kind of person with a specific problem by providing a specific solution. This little formula cuts through all the noise. For example, I help busy parents with healthy dinners by delivering ready-to-heat meals. See how clear that is? If you can't say this, you're not ready for the next step. Period.
Next up, you've got to find out if anyone actually wants this thing. And the process is way simpler than you think. First, do a quick search for competitors. And by the way, finding them is a good thing. It proves there's a market. Then, you're going to talk to maybe 3 to 5 people who are your ideal customer. And the last step? This is the most important one. You just listen.
This right here, this is the magic question. Notice you're not pitching. You're not selling or defending your idea. You just ask, what's your biggest frustration with this problem right now? Then you shut up and take notes. Their exact words are pure gold. They're telling you what problems are actually painful enough that someone would pay to solve them.
Now let's talk numbers. But don't worry, we're going to keep it super simple. 2 calculations, that's it. First, you find your profit for each thing you sell. It's just your price minus what it cost you to make it or deliver it. Easy. Then, you take all your monthly fixed costs, stuff like rent or software that you pay for no matter what, and you divide that by your profit number. What you get is your break-even point. That's your survival number. It's how many things you have to sell just to keep the lights on. You have to know this.
All right, Section 3, Building Your Business Blueprint. We've got a solid idea. Now it's time to build the systems that make this a real business, and not just an expensive hobby.
And rule number 1 is totally non-negotiable. As soon as you possibly can, open a separate business bank account. All business money goes in, all business expenses go out. I'm telling you, this one simple step will save you from an absolute nightmare of confusion, especially come tax time.
Money rule number 2, you gotta know where your money is going. You don't need fancy, expensive software. Just make a simple summary each month. Think of it like a mini income statement. How much cash came in? How much went out? Are you actually making a profit? This simple habit keeps you honest with yourself.
And rule number 3, this one is absolutely vital. Businesses don't just fail because they aren't profitable on paper, they fail because they run out of cash. Look, if you send an invoice but your client doesn't pay for 90 days, you still have bills to pay this month. You have to keep a cash buffer, ideally enough to cover at least 3 months of your expenses. Before you fall in love with a business name and print 1,000 t-shirts, run it through this quick 3-point check. Is the name legally available where you live? Can you actually get the website domain? Are the social media handles open? If the answer is no to most of these, you really need to think about a different name. Trust me, rebranding later is a huge and expensive pain. Okay, on to Section 4, Launching and Learning Fast. The goal here isn't some massive, stressful, high-pressure launch day. No. It's about taking small, smart actions to get out there and start gathering that all-important real-world feedback.
So let's completely reframe what a launch even is. Your first goal isn't to go viral or blow up. Your first goal is this: get 3 to 5 customers. That's it. Serve them so well they can't stop talking about you. And just learn everything you can from that experience. It's a small target and it builds real momentum.
So how do you find those first few people? You can literally use a script just like this. Reach out to your network, friends, old coworkers, and just say something simple and direct. You're not begging, you're not being weird, you're just clearly offering something of value and asking for a connection. It's a powerful little tool you can start using, like today.
And finally, Section 5. Let's do a quick, rapid-fire pre-flight check to make sure you avoid the most common business-killing mistakes. Think of this as your guide to preventing a crash before you even get off the ground.
The first, and honestly the biggest trap, is just plain ignoring your numbers. Not knowing your costs, your margins, your break-even point. It's like trying to fly a plane without an instrument panel. It is the #1 reason businesses fail. Don't let it be you.
Trap number 2 is a big one. Falling so in love with your own idea that you just stop listening to what your customers are actually telling you. You have to build something people want to buy, not just something you want to build. That's why testing your idea and listening to feedback is so critical.
Here's a hard truth for you. Growth doesn't fix a broken business. It just makes the problems bigger, faster. If your profit margins are terrible or your operations are a complete mess, scaling up will just amplify those bad habits until the whole thing collapses. Get it right while you're small.
And finally, trap number 4 is just being confusing. If you can't quickly and clearly explain who you help and what problem you solve, potential customers aren't going to stick around to figure it out. They'll just leave. It all comes back to that simple I help sentence we started with. Clarity is king.
So let's pull all this together. You've clarified your idea down to one sentence. You've tested it to see if people care, you've calculated your survival number, and you've set up simple systems for your money. You are already so far ahead of the game. But remember, a plan is only as good as the action that comes after it.
So what is your one next step? Here's my challenge to you. Today, not next week, but today, take one concrete step forward. Write down your I help sentence. Calculate your profit on one item. Just do one thing. Because once you know who you serve and what your numbers look like, every single other decision gets so much clearer. Now go take that step.